Now the reason that we solve by factoring is because sometimes we have quadratic equations. Quadratic equations just mean you have the squared term. When I have a quadratic equation that's in correct order, meaning descending order, the squared, then the u, then the constant term, the number, and it's set equal to 0, I can factor it out, so I have a problem that looks sort of like this. So, whenever I have a squared term in my problem, I need to make sure it's in the right order. I'm then going to solve by factoring and making sure it's set equal to 0. So u and u. The end is positive. That means both signs are the same as the middle, negative and a negative. Factors of 21 that give me 10 in the middle. Well, 3 times 7. Checking my outside product plus my inside product. Negative 7u plus a negative 3u, sure enough, adds up to negative 10u. So I've got it factored correctly. I now set each of these equal to 0. U minus 3 could equal 0, or u minus 7 could equal 0. Solving these, we just have to move our number over. So I'm going to add 3. U would equal 3. I'm going to add 7, so u could equal 7. Checking that out, what does that mean? It means that these are the only two numbers you could ever plug into this equation and get an answer of 0. If I pick the 3, 3 squared minus 10 times 3 plus 21. 3 squared is 9. Negative 10 times 3 is minus 30 plus 21. If you do 9 minus 30 plus 21, sure enough you get 0. If I check the 7 out, 7 squared minus 10 times 7 plus 21. 7 squared, 49. Negative 10 times 7 is minus 70 plus 21. If you do 49 minus 70 plus 21, you get an answer of 0. Any other number you pick and try to substitute in, you will not get an answer of 0. 3 and 7 are the only ones that will give you that answer of 0. Number 14, same thing. I'm solving it for v. I have a quadratic expression. It is set equal to 0. So I know I can solve it by factoring. Factors of v squared, v and v. My signs. If the end is a positive, both are the same as the middle, a plus and a plus. Factors of 12 that give me the 8. Well, 12 is 1 times 12, 2 times 6, or 3 times 4. The pair that's going to give me 8, got to be the 2 and the 6. 6v on the outside plus 2v on the inside. 6v plus 2v is 8v. It's a typo, I better fix that. It's supposed to be a v instead of a u. Solving these, v plus 2 equals 0 and v plus 6 equals 0. All I have to do is move my number to the other side, which is going to give us the opposite number. So minus 2 and minus 6. So v equals negative 2 or negative 6. I better fix that typo so that next time these get printed out, you guys got the right answers, the right problems. There we go. One last one, solving for y. Again, we have the quadratic expression. It's set equal to 0. I'm going to solve by factoring it out. Factors of y squared, y times y. My signs, since the end is a negative, I've got one of each. A positive times a negative is a negative. I want the factors of 30 that will give me 1. 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10, 4 doesn't work, 5 times 6. Since these are opposite, I'm really going to subtract, or adding opposites. I want the pair that's going to give me a positive 1. That means my bigger number has to be the positive number. 6 minus 5. Negative 5y plus 6y is a plus 1y in the middle. So if y plus 6 equals 0 and y minus 5 equals 0, I'm just going to move my numbers, which gives me the opposite signs. -6 here, +5 here. Y equals -6 or 5 for my two values that would give me 0. So whenever we work with a quadratic expression, we want it equal to 0, and we can solve it then by factoring, provided it factors. And that is the end of homework day 30.